Hi friends, I'm so excited you are watching this video today about verbs. You learned about verbs last week and what a verb is, so this week's video is just going to be a review. Remember, a verb is a word in a sentence that is an action. So like run, swim, sing is the action of the sentence. So now let's practice. Since last week you watched several videos about what exactly a verb is and how it's an action in a sentence. It is the action word in the sentence. So now we're going to look at some pictures and some words and decide if they are verbs or not a verb. If you have an adult beside you, you can tell that adult if it is a verb or not a verb. So look at that first picture of the children. The word is dance. Dance. They dance together. Is dance the verb or not a verb? Yep, you're correct. Dance is the verb because that is what they are doing. Let's look at the next picture of the woman. The word is walk. Walk. She walks in the park. Is walk the verb or not a verb? If you said it's a verb, you are right. Walk is the verb in that sentence because that is saying what she is doing. She is walking in the park. So let's look at that last picture of the dog. The word is eat. Eat. The dog eats from his bowl. Is eat a verb or not a verb? You can tell the adult beside you or you can just say it out loud. Yep, you're right. Eat is a verb. The dog eats from the bowl. That is the verb. It is saying what the dog is doing in the sentence. Let's look at a few more pictures and words. Look at that first picture. That is a house. House. The house is at the end of the street. Is house a verb or not a verb? Yep, you're right. That is not a verb. House is not a verb because house is actually a place. That is a place, so that is a noun, not a verb. It is not showing an action. Let's look at the next picture. Food. Food. They are eating lots of food on Thanksgiving. Food. Is that a verb or not a verb? Yep, you're correct if you said that is not a verb. Food is not a verb because that's not showing an action. Food is actually the noun. That is a thing, so that's a noun, not a verb. Look at that last picture of the girl on the trampoline. Jump. The word is jump. She jumps high in the air. Is that a verb or not a verb? Yep, you're correct. That is a verb because that is showing what the girl is doing. She jumps high in the air. Let's practice with a few more. Look at the first picture of the shark. The word is swim. Swim. The shark swims in the ocean. Is that a verb or not a verb? If you said that's a verb, you are correct. The shark swims in the ocean. That is showing what the shark is doing. That is an action that the shark is doing. So that is a verb. The next picture, kids. Kids. The kids are playing at recess. Kids. Is that a verb or not a verb? If you said that is not a verb, you are correct. That's not a verb because that is not showing an action. That word is actually a person, so that is a noun, not a verb. Let's look at that last picture of the girl. The word is bake. Bake. She bakes in the kitchen. Is that a verb, yes or no? Yep, you are right if you said that is a verb. She bakes in the kitchen. That's a verb because it is an action. It is telling what she is doing. So now let's practice choosing the verb in a few sentences. So I'm going to read the sentence and I want you to say the verb in the sentence out loud. Remember, a verb is the action. It is saying what's happening in the sentence. So number 1, the rabbit hops in the garden. The rabbit hops in the garden. What is the verb in that sentence? What is the action? Yep, you're correct. Hops. Hops is the verb in that sentence because hops is what the rabbit is doing. Number 2, she grabs the toy from her sister. She grabs the toy from her sister. What's the verb in that sentence? What is the action? If you said grabs, you are right. Grabs. She grabs the toy. That is what she is doing. Number 3, a duck quacks in the pond. A duck quacks in the pond. What's the verb in that sentence? Yep, if you said quacks, you are right. Quacks is the verb. It is telling what the duck is doing. She quacks. So now the red words are the action verbs, which is what we just said. The rabbits hop in the garden. The word hop is the verb. Number 2, she grabs the toy from her sister. The word grabs is the verb in that sentence. Number 3, a duck quacks in the pond. The word quacks is the verb in that sentence. All right, guys, you did a great job today. You did awesome with your verbs.